Welcome to Maths for All. I'm Aisling Flynn. This is rational numbers 1.4, multiplying and dividing fractions. So let's start by multiplying 1/6 by 2. So 1/6 by 2 is 1/6 by 2 gives 2/6. Okay, so there's twice of them. And let's remember, if possible, we'll simplify. So 2/6 is the same as 1/3. Okay, and you can see that in the diagram. Now, what if you're asked instead to multiply 1/3 by 1/2? Okay, recall that denominators, numbers under the line, are for dividing. So multiplying by 1/2 is the same as dividing by 2. How is this so? Okay, or you can also say that you're getting a half of 1/3. So here's 1/3. How do I get half of it? Well, it makes 1/6, isn't it? Okay, so half of 1/3 gives 1/6. All right. Now, how are we doing it numerically? All right, we're still getting a half of 1/3. Well, there's a simple rule. You multiply top by the top, so numerators, and the bottom by the bottom, denominators. So for multiplying, and we get on the top line here, 1 times 1 is 1, and underneath 3 times 2 is 6. So half of 1/3 is 1/6, and we know that. Okay, here's another example. Remember the rule? Top by top, bottom by bottom. So 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 4 is 12, and simplify when possible. We can divide 2 into top and bottom there. We get 1/6. 5/7 by 2/9, top by top gives me 10, bottom by bottom gives me 63. There's no common factors there, can't simplify. 3/5 by 10/12, 3 times 10 on the top is 30, 5 times 12 on the bottom is 60. We can simplify. 30 is the highest common factor there. We get 1/2. Now, dividing fractions takes a bit of thought, okay? If we think of we're dividing up what we're given at the beginning, how many sixths can you make from 1/3? So you start with 1/3. How many sixths can you get from that? Okay. So here's 1/3. How many sixths can we make from that? We can make 2/6. The answer is 2. Okay. So keep that in mind. How do we do it numerically, however? Well, there's a trick here. Okay, you multiply instead of divide, and you turn your fraction upside down. Okay, so to divide by a fraction, multiply by that fraction upside down. We should get the answer 2. So top by top gives you 6. 3 by 1 gives you 3. So 6 divided by 3 is 2. Yes, that's what we get. So just a side note, when you turn a fraction upside down, the fraction that you get is called its reciprocal. So there's an example, 2/5, and its reciprocal is 5/2. Okay, so let's do an example. 3/4 divided by 1/8. Okay, so the technique is to, instead of divide, we multiply, and we'll multiply by the fraction upside down. So it's 3/4 multiplied by 8/1. Top by top gives me 24, bottom by bottom gives me 4, and 24 divided by 4 is 6. So that tells me if I start with 3/4, I can divide it up into 8ths, and I will get 6/8 from 3/4. Now, you do it. Check you've understood by doing your quiz, and practice what you've learned by doing your written exercise.